Hello everyone and welcome to our Season 2 launch. Let's see who we got here. Hello Florinel, hello Jeko78. Hi everyone and welcome. It's a Twitch exclusive this time, and that's how at least Season 2, I'm hoping even for more, all our shows will be. So, let me just warm up things a bit until everyone is in the stream. Nick, yeah, funny story about that. You remember how you can do a test stream and change a bit the stream key and everything? Yeah, I forgot to edit the stream key, so I wasn't streaming to this server. Anyway, black and white, Florinel, no, but again, I have to probably work a bit the colors. So let's quickly do this. Video capture device. This auto settings on the webcam has its own, a mind of its own. There we go. We've got color now. So, dear friends, welcome to this exciting moment where we're launching our second season, done mostly with Unreal and Blender. We're gonna start a new project from scratch. Let me just switch a bit to the... There we go, to the presentation of today's stream. Desaturated a bit. Okay. We can work this, and thanks for the support, folks. Color into balance. There we go. Okay. So, today's schedule. The first 5 minutes are going to be about me and why I'm doing this, for those of you who are new in the streams. 15 minutes we're going to spend for today's schedule. I'll be walking you a bit through what to expect in today's episode and probably in the entire series. 45 minutes we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna actually start working on the project. 10 minutes recap and questions. If you got questions, drop them in the chat anytime, but I will try, especially if they're a bit off topic, to answer to them during those 10-minute break, that 10-minute break for questions and answers. 45 minutes again we'll be working a bit on the project. 15 minutes again questions, and then we're gonna close the stream. Deco, yes, as NGS Nick said it, YouTube is the place where we'll upload 24 hours after the stream ends. Okay, let's see. Koita Kunal. Yes, of course, I will share the YouTube link once it's uploaded. I will communicate it via Twitter and the Facebook page, not to mention the actual YouTube channel itself, which is YouTube/Levels and Naps. I'll share the link right now. There we go. Thanks, Nick. So, without further ado, let's go back to the first 5 minutes. Define that's the... Where am I? There we go. So, who am I? Hi, I'm Victor Popa. I've been a professional game developer for more than 12 years now. I think I'm actually going on my 13th year already, but let's just call it 12 years. I've worked as a level designer, lead level designer, technical director for level design and producer on numerous AAA titles for companies such as Ubisoft and Electronic Arts, just to name the big ones. I've also worked for smaller companies. I also started my career as a level designer, so that's the field I'm most specialized with, and I kind of stuck with level design for the entire career I have, and even if I'll pursue it professionally as a producer, I'll still be focused a lot on content and what actually people play. Hello Slipcore and hello everyone again. So, why am I doing this? And I'll try to be as quick as possible with this introduction. It's time for me to give back. I want to help people get started with game development. This is something I didn't have when I started out 13 years ago, or even further more along the road. Whoa, something happened. Kunal Keen just subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription, Kunal Keen. I would really like... Hey, Lion My Back is now following and making trolls dance and party and throw fireworks. Thank you very much. So I hope I will be able to assist others into starting video game development. It can be scary at start, I know firsthand, and I just wish that when I was a bit younger, I also would have had access to this kind of mentorship and this kind of information. But the internet today isn't what the internet was 14 years ago, so let's rejoice. Let's now switch a bit to today's schedule. And you know what? I prepared some slides here. It's really straightforward. Let's see, how do I start the presentation in here? There we go. Warning, your eyes might start burning, folks, but this is the best we got so far. So, blam! Let's see where we are. Schedule. And you know what? I should hide my background at least. Boink. There we go. So today is gonna be a pretty relaxed day. We're gonna do three big things, and that's that. We're gonna install Unreal Engine if you didn't install it already. So actually, please type in the chat, folks, if you have Unreal Engine installed or not, or at least the Epic Games launcher. The volume changes when... Okay, I'll try to address that. I'll try. So, type in the chat if you have Unreal Engine installed. Excellent. Ideally, you should have version 4.19.2, ideally. If not, for today, other versions might work as well, but I'd say let's stick on the latest stable release. Also type in the chat if there's anyone who needs to install Unreal Engine. Regardless of the answers, if you have it installed or you need to install it, we'll take some time speaking about how to define the project and what are our goals and design pillars. And in the meantime, you can just let the engine to download. Lower volume when you make... Yes. Again, lower volume for the music. I hope this is better now. Okay. So, start downloading Unreal Engine 4.19.2 from the launcher, from here. You should get this, 4.19.2. So let's install, everyone, let's install this, and I'll be doing some talking and Photoshop sketching while you also download Unreal Engine. So this should be started in the background and it should just work for you. I hope you have enough bandwidth. I'll be talking about the project, our goals, the design pillars, and how we should approach the project altogether. And at the end, if Unreal is also done installing for you, we'll try to get ourselves a quick win. We'll just try to fiddle with something in there so we get like a quick win and we feel confident we can work with the engine. So just jump in, folks, and drop a comment if you need to install the engine. I'm actually wondering if any of you need to install the engine while watching the stream and if you have enough bandwidth for that. Okay, let's talk a bit about the project and what to expect. So the project is going to be a first-person puzzle adventure game. I want us to think about the project, build the project, and approach the challenges in the project from the game and level design point of view primarily. I cannot stress here enough, we're gonna be acting as level designers or game designers most of the time, not necessarily as programmers or artists. We will do some objects in Blender, we will probably have fun with logic and scripting, but we'll think as game designers or level designers. This is our main hat. Also, because we'll be wearing designer hats all the time, the work philosophy will be form follows function. There might be things that can be done better. There might be supreme code code executions or something that can be done so glamorous in code, but for us, our main goal is to have a form for the project and to implement the best functionality we can in the best time we can. So we won't go turbo deep into actually doing it the bestest, most bestest way possible. We'll just try to make it functional, clean, somewhat resource friendly, but we won't go overboard with that. It's not the point, especially if there are beginners in the stream, to go that much in depth. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. What's our goal? What will we be working on in this stream? And hello, Yog Sothoth, the old one. So what's our goal? Well, we're trying to build a base project with the content and functionality in place that will provide us the perfect environment to learn and apply level design principles. So we're not necessarily trying to build a polished, let's put it on Steam, let's have a DLC system and the perfect server client communication in this project. It will actually be a single player project and it will be a base project. We will have art, but we won't go into extreme detail. We'll use the low poly style as seen in the introduction picture, in the introduction background. What will we use? What tools will we use? Well, Jekko, I'm super happy you also have Unreal Engine installed. We're definitely going to use Unreal Engine most of the time. We will use Blender from time to time, and we will use Photoshop from time to time. Now, I chose Blender because it's free, and I chose Photoshop because it's not that expensive. And even if you don't want to use Photoshop, you find alternatives, free alternatives, like GIMP, or Krita, which are remarkably similar in terms of interface and the way we use the program. So for 2D editing, it can be Photoshop, GIMP, or Krita. It looks and feels pretty much the same. Could stuff be done in Rhinoceros? Asks Jeko78. Yes, if you're feeling comfortable with it, go for it. Flipcore will have GIMP ready. So again, whatever programs you're feeling already comfortable with, work with them already. Just make sure you're able to export FBX and textures, be it bitmaps, PNGs, TGAs, or JPEGs. What will be our work methodology? Well, this is going to be a nice one. I always like talking about this, and I notice my head is right in front of it, so I'll try to tell it like this. Our work methodology will be red, green, blue. So, what does this mean, red, green, blue? Red means something we don't have that doesn't exist in our project. So, I'll actually try to get it like this. Red means something we don't have and that doesn't exist or function at all in our project. It's in the red zone. Green means something we have in the project, something that works, but just don't ask me exactly how it works. Just don't ask too many questions because I'll be embarrassed to answer, but it works. And blue means it's implemented the best way we can possibly implement it without going overboard. So it's resource friendly, it's stable, it doesn't crash, it doesn't manifest bugs from time to time, it's just right. Okay. What will we cover while building this project? And thank you so much for the patience of going through this with me. It's the first episode of the new season, and it's good to set some objectives and expectations together. We will cover mostly game mechanics, narrative, and level design, supported by technical design, thinking about how to design in blueprints, and the actual blueprinting. We will cover some cinematics, but it won't be the main topic of this project. We will work quite a few environments, and we will create quite a few materials, and yes, we will create assets, 2D and 3D, there we go. As well as implementing menus, HUD, and sound. I am not a specialist in all the fields. For instance, I am average or even below average with creating and editing sound, but I will try to bring in experts to show us how they work with it. I am not necessarily the bestest blueprint person in the world. However, we'll try to get Dr. Draghi in here, who is a much better blueprint expert to help us with the really tricky stuff in blueprints. The same goes for almost all parts of the project. So for instance, assets, I'm decent or even good with 2D. I'm somewhat comfortable with 3D in Blender. I'm really good with 3D in 3D Studio Max, but somewhat comfortable with Blender. If it gets too tricky, we'll probably ask someone like Tony to jump in and show us the really advanced pro stuff in Blender. So wherever we feel a bit uncertain, we'll try to get an expert. This is also part of the life, folks. We can't be good at everything. For the places where we can't be good at, we have to do two things: either study or find someone who's better than us and willing to help us. I try to study, but I won't hold up the stream just because I need to study. So that's why I'd rather bring in experts to help us move along with our project. Plus, it's super fun to have calls during the stream and other people going in live. It's super fun. We've done this in the past and all the viewers loved it. Okay, and that's about it. Now, let's see where we were, and let's switch a bit from that white, because maybe it wasn't the best choice of background I could possibly make. Let's actually start working a bit on the project. And by working a bit on the project, I mean, for now, we will just sketch a few things in Photoshop and probably write a few things in a Google document. Yes, I forgot to mention, we will need a way of storing text. You could do it in a text file, you could do it in a Word document, or my preferred method is to use a Google Drive document, because I have it online and I can access it all the time. So let's actually start working on the project. Let me just switch things around here a bit. Boink. Okay. So, stream scene, transition, there we go. I can now put back the image, the background image. Okay. So, everyone still with me? GDD for the win, says Nick. Yes, I hope so, and I hope we'll get it right with the GDD. So there we go. Some background as well. First things first, what is the project about? And I'll actually, you know what, I'll already switch to the GDD. Thanks, Nick. No need to draw just yet. But I'll get to it very soon. And those of you who have been watching other episodes of this stream, you probably know how much I love to doodle and visualize my thought process. It really helps me explain things to myself, first of all, and I hope it also helps other people understand what I'm trying to convey. So I'll make a new folder called First Person Puzzle in my drive, and in here I will create a new blank document which I will share on the screen. There we go. We will actually call this First Person Puzzle GDD, and yes, in case anyone is thinking about asking it, I will share this at the end of the stream. You can write along if you want to practice your GDD skills. I think it would be still a bit overkill. Nick is done writing GDDs for this millennia. So I will share this at the end of the stream. No need to worry about it. Let's just set some vision on the paper. By the way, Nick, okay, thank you, Nick, for continuing to work on your amazing vision for the game and putting it in a GDD. If you actually allow us, I would actually like to maybe share your GDD just to show how far even an indie style GDD can go. If it's okay with Nick, I'll quickly show you how far and deep you can go. Okay, thank you, Nick. So let me show you what Nick has been doing recently after I nagged him a bit. But you know, it was a love-hate relationship. At first he didn't quite like it, and now he can't stop improving the GDD. So there must be something right with these documents if we end up loving them. So this is a work in progress GDD from Nick. We're working together on a project, a first-person project as well. puzzle project. Some of you may have seen it during the last streams. Jenko says he used to do a lot of GDDs, but slowly started switching to Excel to organize systems and mechanics. Well, what do you know, Jenko? So this is what a GDD that's going a bit further and pointing exactly to what Jenko said, that organizes system and mechanics looks like. We have a levels list here. You know what? Let me zoom in a bit. Hide. Zoom. Doesn't necessarily want to zoom. There we go, here. Okay. So we systematize here for each of the level a series of mechanics, and they're color coded based on difficulty. You know what? Let me enable also a program that will show my mouse pointer. There we go. So we have jumping mechanics on easy, medium, and hard difficulty, crouching on easy, medium, hard, and easy again. We're basically looking at each level and we analyze what happens there. Nick did an outstanding job here and he managed to place them all together real well. And if you're wondering, but what does one specific mechanic do? Well then, we have this, the abilities list, which describes each ability of the game with a description, with its difficulty description on easy, medium, and hard, and other useful information for us as game developers, as game designers, as level designers, and as the people that implement those mechanics. We talk about the feedback, the player sees, hears, or receives, I know, during vibration in the controller. We talk about the input the player has to give in order for the game to execute a specific mechanic. We talk about the win condition and the lose condition. And now that I've scared you all, that's exactly what we won't do in today's episode. This is a more advanced. There's no need for us in today's episode to go that far into detail yet. Honestly, I don't think we'll get that far for our game. A better example would be the GDD we've built for our isometric RPG game, the one we just finished Monday, 2 days ago. So we built a base isometric RPG game, and let me show you how it looks like. There we go. This is about as far as we'll go, and we won't even finish everything today. So it has a title, it has a picture that is worth more than 1,000 words, a picture that can easily convey what we're trying to build. Jenko, I would totally appreciate it, my friend, if you want to show us the rough concept for Zombres bosses. We would love it, yes. Then we have a small overview of the game where we just explain again the zooming, Victor. Why don't you zoom a bit? A small overview of the game. In basically in a phrase or two, we explain what's our objective, what we're trying to achieve with the game, and then we go into a bit of details, like how the camera should look like, what the game mechanics should be. Really simple, in a small table, which doesn't page right. Let's see. Very simple. The name of the mechanic, the class, the type, the feedback, the player input, and the resulting change. We'll cover all of this when we build our own document. Don't fret. We look a bit at some world items and prioritize them. So what do we need to do? Like to create a player character, which is already available in a third-person template. But we need additional states, like a health bar. He should receive damage and die. He should shoot a magic orb with cooldown. We'd need a key, we'd need a door, we'd need an enemy or two types of enemies. We'd need a menu, a save system, some HUD items. Here's actually a mock-up of the HUD and how we wanted the HUD to look like. A brief explanation of what, let me see if I can get it in the same screen somehow. There we go. A brief explanation of what each HUD item should do. So we're keeping it really simple. This document actually has, let me check how many pages we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages worth of game design document written in about a week. So as we were thinking of adding more to our game, we were adding inside the document. And thanks to Jenko, I'm opening now his document about boss mechanics for Project Zombre, a game we played Saturday, still work in progress. So what are we looking at here? Jenko prefers to to look at the game into phases. So he's looking at the game from start to end. That's why we have here phase 1 and phase 2, I guess. Format looks way different in Excel. Okay. And we have here the type of enemies and what mechanics they have. Okay, the phases are the 2 combat phases they can have. Okay. The words aren't formatting, but I can probably quickly do this. If I would just hit wrap text, kind of broke it. Let's see, there we go. Nice and clean. Okay. So we look at each enemy, the scavenger, the gatekeeper, the nomadic zombie, and we have 3 mechanics, 3 ways they can behave. They have one phase behavior where they probably combine the 3 mechanics, and if they encounter a condition, they probably go into phase 2. So Jenko, please correct me if I'm wrong. Alrighty. So everyone's on board with the GDD. Thank you so much, Jenko, for showing us this GDD. It's actually quite cool, and it does show you invested a lot more time in the enemy's behavior than we did for the isometric RPG. And yeah, very nice that you structure everything in the first phase and the second phase. So at some point, something happens inside the enemy's behavior. They get angry and they go to phase 2 where they behave in a different and probably more aggressive and dangerous way towards the player. That's really cool. There we go. Hello, Indy. Nice. So now I know that maybe I should turn off the keystrokes on the pointer focus software. Okay. So let's talk about our GDD. It's a first-person puzzle, that much we know so far. We should at least try to describe it in a simple phrase. And what I'm trying to figure out as a phrase is the vision, if everyone's on board with it, and I hope you are, because I don't have a better one, is I would like us to try and make a first-person puzzle game where the player has to solve big environmental puzzles. So I'll just write this down. Start booing or throwing tomatoes if you were expecting something else. Player has to solve large environmental puzzles. Yes, okay. So now we go to the drawing part. Dr. Draghi in the house. Hello, my friend. We were just writing our first line of our GDD. Glad you caught it just in time. Player has to solve large environmental puzzles. And I'll actually draw now what my expectations would be about a large environmental puzzle. I'll draw it from the top view because I'm not that good with first-person style drawing. Or you know what, maybe, let's draw it from the top view. So if this is the player's character as viewed from the top, what I would expect to be a large environmental puzzle should look like some sort of mechanism or mechanical installation that must be repaired or activated or stopped depending on the situation, that actually spans on a lot of distance. So it does take up a lot of physical space, and it has a few stages in order to be fixed. So it really has to be big. I hope it is, Indy. I really hope it is. So I'm looking at something like, I don't know, this could be a water tower. So something like this, where the player has to move something from one water tower to another. There we go. So again, my perspective skills aren't the best. That's why I am a level designer, not an environment, not a concept artist. There we go. So in order to fix everything, the player has to make some water move from one tank to another. That will eventually, let's say, move a plank. I'm doing a bit of design on the fly. That will eventually move a plank to the big reservoir, like this. So big environmental puzzles, and pretty soon I'll actually gray box it real quick. You know what? If everyone has the engine installed, we could actually fire up the project. So should we fire up the project? We'll go back to the game design document. No worries about that. Checo says do it. I know Nick has Unreal. I know Sleepcore has it. Dr. Draghi might have Unreal installed. Okay. So I'll just launch the editor for 19.2. And after a brief moment of waiting, yeah, you might have it. Let's make a new project. Blueprint project or C++. Ooh, I don't have the templates anymore. That's interesting. Function follows form, which is not the best way. Yeah. Here's a question for everyone. Don't we have the blueprint, the template projects in 4.19.2? This is a surprise. Surprise, surprise. You have them in 4.19. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Let me check the options. There we go. I didn't download them. Haha, silly me. So make sure you have downloaded the templates and feature packs as well, because we will be using the first person project template. So there we go. Let's see if I need something else. No, we're good. So make sure you also download the templates and feature packs, which I am now downloading while streaming. So this might actually be a challenge, but we will soldier on and do it somehow. Seems to work. For the GDD, you should first decide on some basic mechanics and then go to white box. Yes, that's exactly the form follows function. Thank you very much for clarifying that, Indy. I was just trying to show real quick the scale of this three words, large environmental puzzles. But yes, let's continue adding mechanics while I also download the engine components I need. So, as Indy said it, let's add a few words. It will be a game mostly based on interacting and moving objects around. So we will try to create the puzzles in such a way that the player either has to find the switch to pull, press, push, drag, etc., or an object which he has to move around. Yeah, apparently when I download, I completely killed the stream. Sorry about that. But it's okay, I have a first-person project already started, so we can work with that. The rest of you, start a new first-person project. This is called, by the way, the demo effect. Every time we launch something, something has to go wrong. That's how I roll. Okay. I shouldn't use adverbs to describe mechanics. Probably I shouldn't. Yeah, but let's use them anyway. Partly based on avoiding some unstoppable enemies. So mostly, and I'll now add a percentage, 75% of the game will be based on interacting and moving objects around to solve a puzzle. And partly, 25% of the project will be based on avoiding some unstoppable enemies. Yep. 4.18 and update it off stream. Okay, that's a great suggestion, Nick. I can actually do that. I can use 4.18, but you please use 4.19, and I can update the project for 4.19.2 off stream. Yes, first person project, I'll show it right now, Slipcore. Nick gave me this brilliant suggestion to use just for myself an older version of the editor and then update the project off stream. Okay. Math. Yes. So now this brings in the back to a state of comfort because we now have clear percentages, but I'm not able, me as a person, I'm not able to find percentages before I write the sentence with words because I am not a robot, I am a designer, poet. So start writing with mostly and partly and then actually put the numbers in exactly as Indy also recommends. Yes, Nick, I need 419 for I needed 419 for our project, but I did not install the template files as well. Exactly. That's how we start Indy, with the elevator pitch. So let's continue. This is what we're trying to do. This is okay, the macro description of the game. So interacting, moving objects around to solve a puzzle. Some of the time we're avoiding some unstoppable enemies, and this is actually important. What unstoppable means is I do not want us to build a combat-based game where you can shoot, fight, stun, or disable the enemies, but rather a game where the enemies function as unstoppable danger that will force the player to navigate through the environment, through the game world. Okay, what else? We want to have narrative arc told mostly through environmental setups, notes and memos found in the world. From time to time, we will use cinematics to progress the story. Notes, memos, and audio. Notes, memos, and audio. Audio found in the world. So I didn't yet set the setting. Right now I'm still thinking about the game as a whole and how it will function. So from time to time we will use cinematics to progress the story, and now we go back and actually set percentages. So narrative arc told mostly, again, 80% is a good figure. 80% told through environmental setups, notes, memos, and audio. And from time to time, that means 20%, we will use cinematics to progress the story. By cinematics, I expect us to script cameras, I expect us to show parts of the level or levels opening or closing, and I think they would connect nicely to when the mechanisms start functioning or stop functioning. Let's see, what else should we do here? We will start describing the game mechanics now. Game mechanics. There we go. And we'll go with them one by one. But until we do that, let's actually start the new project. So blueprint, we'll use just the blueprint because we can later on port it to C++ anyway. We'll use the first person. Yep, the first person. And I'm still thinking if we should use the starter content or not. You know what? Let's use the starter content. Maybe we need to grab examples quickly. We can change our minds afterwards anyway. So I'm gonna put it somewhere on my SSD. I highly suggest you use an SSD partition if you have one to work with the project. So I will call mine first puzzle. It's a name. You can think of any name you want. First puzzle adventure. So the project name apparently cannot start with a number, but it's okay. The project folder can start with a number. But just thinking about it, I wouldn't put in numbers in the folder name either. There we go. And now we just click create project. Everybody on board? Oink. Okay. So now my editor is starting up in another monitor. I'll drag it in as soon as it's finished loading. So let's see what's going on here. Slowly but steadily. And there we go. There we go. We're now compiling a bit of shaders here in the background. It should finish quite quick because we don't have a lot of shaders going on anyway. Okay. Is everyone also started up with a blueprint first-person project, just like I did? I'm guessing you're also compiling shaders now. Just type it in the chat. Okay, Sleepcore has it running. Nice. Who else? New plugins are available. Plugins are always good. Yeah, so you probably might need to update here and there. Who else? Jekko? Did you also fire up the project? Let's see, who else? The shooting is loud. Thanks for mentioning that. I will also start testing the project now just to make sure everything works okay. But first, let's make super duper sure everyone managed to get to this step. If not, I'll probably have to grab a print screen and look exactly at how and where we are. So come on, folks, just type it in the chat if you're there. If you can see a first-person template project in your first-person example map, then we're good and we can progress. This is the hard part. If we do this, we're set. If we do this, we are set. Set. Type it in the chat. If I start like this, I will have to do all the work live, no more off stream. Yes, and that's exactly what we're planning for this one, Nick. Sorry if I wasn't specific enough. We will work at this project mostly on stream, and everything I work off stream will be a website article on www.levelsandmaps.com, so people can still work along. So, my dear viewers, if everyone is okay with this, but you're just chat shy, I will now proceed to test the initial project just to make sure everything works. I know Sleepcore already went in advance. People, can you sub with Twitch to me? Not yet, because my application wasn't yet approved for the Twitch affiliate, but it's in processing state since yesterday. It's taking a bit longer than I expected. Okay, so let's go. We've got the project. The first thing I do whenever I start a new project, and the first thing that Sleepcore did, was to press play. I just play whatever came out of the original project, just to make sure I've got everything going okay for me. So this is everything we can do with our project so far. We have some cubes which can be shot with a weapon which shoots yellow balls. The smaller cubes seem to be lighter, so they can be pushed around easier, while the bigger cubes need a lot more physics impulse in order to actually be pushed around. And I can also jump, but we'll look at the blueprints anyway, and we'll actually dissect a bit what we can do or we cannot do. So let me also demonstrate what I mean by a large puzzle, because that was the whole intention for firing up and opening up the project already. Let me just move a few cubes around. There we go. And let's assume this would be part of a puzzle. So the size of a puzzle, as I intend them to be, as I hope we'll all manage to build the puzzles, should be pretty big. So we're talking about stuff like this. And I'll also quickly add a bit of debug text here and there. Luckily, we already have a text in the scene, so I just selected this text saying first person template by pressing, now I can show you the shortcuts, by keeping Alt pressed down, as you can see in the bottom of the screen with an overlay, and dragging the text around. There we go. I can clone text or any other object in the viewport. Let's also press R to rotate the text, and I will just say something like let's just say something like start. And here I'll put something like end. Okay, there we go. There we go. So if I press play now, very rough, without unbuilt lighting, this would be the scale of an entire puzzle object I'm thinking of. So something that starts from here, where we have start written, and ends all the way here. And throughout this object, we might have 1, 2, or more places we would need to interact with, pull, push, and do things in order to make the whole machinery work. Now I'm just placing quickly a few places where I would imagine the player would interact. E to rotate, yes. Thank you very much for the correction, Slip. R is for scaling. That is correct. Okay. So there we go. So this would be the 3 interact points where the player would have to tinker with it. So our goal, of course, the cubes have physics. So I will just up the physics simulation on the cubes. If you also want to do the same and you're following along and moving cubes along, if you don't want the cubes to have physics anymore, just disable here the simulate physics flag on each cube on its details window. Okay, and let's actually press play. So this would be the scale of a puzzle, of an environmental puzzle I'd like the player to solve. So he'd have to come in here at this white box and do something. He'd also have to come in here at this white box and do something. And he'd also have to reach that place up top at that white box and do something. Okay, so from start to end, just look at the size of that thing. That's what I mean by large environmental puzzles. That's what we're trying to achieve here, to have something big. Okay, I think we're far enough into the stream, if I'm not mistaken, that now we can maybe do some questions. Yep, spot on. So, dear friends, any questions so far about what we've done? Did you also manage to follow along? Don't be shy, type it in the chat. I'll leave it like this. Type it in the chat, don't be shy. Come on. Hit me with the question. Oh, okay. Sleepcore says he is spacing the cubes. I am way faster. Okay, thank you for noticing this. I will slow down a bit and let me know if you need me to go through the basic viewport controls. Just type it in, folks, if you need me to talk a bit about the basic viewport controls and how we move around in Unreal Engine. And thanks for the patience, Sleepcore, and for the awesome feedback. We're just preparing. Are there tricks of moving things to the places I did? Yes, Slipcore. I'm just using the axes. So I click just on one axis, and that's how I try to move things. That's also what I did. Axes and planes. Maybe I'm just a bit more used to where I need to reach with them. But mostly I try to stay on moving by one axis at a time, because this way I know for sure I get the right position. And remember, you have the Q, W, E, and R keys, which will help you switch between the W, E, and R keys, which will help you to switch between move, rotate, and scale. I don't know why it's not picking up the strokes anymore. So keystrokes. Let's try it now. So if I press W, there you go, W, it sends me into move mode. If I press E, it puts me into rotate mode, and now I can rotate the object. And Sleepcore has another great question. How do I change the local rotation from this item here? I hope you can see it right in the viewport. You know what? I will actually make a print screen of it. So from the viewport controls, here, you have this tiny object, which determines if we use local or world coordinates. This one. Click. Now I'm in world. Now I'm in local. And I will also put this here. You also have a print screen of where it stands. Yes, it is, Slipcore. Yes, it is. I don't know if you have a shortcut key for this, but yeah, we actually do. So it's control and not this one, but this one. Huh? This one? No, this one. Control and it does say we have a shortcut, Control plus, but I just can't read the tiny little sign there. Ah, you don't have that key. I might not have it either. It depends on the type of keyboard. And I have a pretty weird one. I just pressed this one. For me, it works, and I never felt the need to have more than that. So, let's just try to make this kind of installation in our first person template map, example map. Accent aigu, okay, accent aigu. Maybe I have it. No. 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 And right now I'm just pressing like a monkey. So I don't have that key on my keyboard, or I don't know where it is. Okay. I actually have a link sent to us by Nick, which is amazing, and I will send it to you folks as well. Take it slowly with this one. Don't force yourself into learning everything at one time. And use this one. Big up to Nick. He's the one that sent us this amazing print screen. Please don't hesitate to start using shortcuts from there. It covers the basic viewport controls, and with it, if you just go day by day, start the viewport navigation for now. Start learning that one. Then start learning the transformation selection and go with that one. Actually, if you would just start with, let's see, you would just start with these ones for the first week, you'll make great progress in no time. I'll just choose a color and edit it a bit. Go. And relink you. So just start with, let me add some green as well. There we go, nice. Yeah. The best trick, and something I could also do, is literally putting it on your desk. And I will actually start doing this for the next stream as well. So if you just start with the shortcuts I highlighted here, just with this one, you just start with the viewport navigation, with the system-wide controls, the transform selection, and the basic copy commands, and try to memorize this, which isn't even that hard because they're pretty common across all kinds of programs and editors. Your life in Unreal will be much easier, much faster. So just start with these ones and set yourself as an objective in the next 10 days to have those memorized. Alrighty. So, is everyone who's blueprinting along and building along at the same point as I reached? Do you have this in your scene? This. When you press play, for instance, do you see this? Yeah, exactly, Nick. Exactly, Nick. You don't have to memorize, your hands will get used, and I just love that remark, Florinel. It's not good to have a faster life. Yeah, yeah. Slower but steadier is better indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Slower and steadier. Let me also just remove the pointer focus cursor highlight for a second. So our goal would be to grab a print screen of this. I'll even go full screen by pressing F11, right? F11 sends the viewport into full screen mode. There we go. And I will grab a print screen of this. So boink and boink. I grab this print screen. Come on, don't be shy. Grab it, grab it. There. It's not grabbing the print screen because I also have a pen mode. Oh gosh. There, now it's grabbing the print screen. I will copy this. There we go. You couldn't read? Yeah, I switched back to 1440, that's why. I took the step back and went back to 1440, and I'll just have to solve my FPS issues in another way. Okay, and the print screen I just grabbed, I will just drop in here, just to again set the mood of the game. So I've said player has to solve large environmental puzzles, and I'm showing an example of how large the environmental puzzles should be. So everyone try to do the same, and I really do recommend using Lightshot, the program to capture screens. It will help us communicate, especially when we start having bugs and asking for help, which, by the way, we can do on this Discord server right here. So feel free to jump in this Discord. We have quite a few channels in there, and you can ask for help from other people who are passionate about Unreal. I'll also try to jump in and answer at almost all the time. I try to do this. From time to time I'm too busy and I can't do it, but I'm in there daily. So join that Discord server, and you know what? Just for the fun of it, why don't you drop your print screens in the general channels? In the general channel. I'm actually curious how Slipcore's print screen looks like. Come on, let's see. Or drop the link in the Twitch chat. Your call, man. Show us what you got, Slipcore. Nice. Drop it like it's hot, Slip. Drop it like it's hot. There we go. Wow. You went really exact. Come on, let's see what Slipcore did. So this is Slipcore's print screen. There we go. You went in pretty exact. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so that Very good, Slipcore. That sets the scale of the puzzle. And I just say under the picture in the document here, I would just say with a smaller font, above is an example of a medium-sized puzzle. So there we go. Game mechanics. This is not necessarily something we need to fill in today, but we might. Our break. yeah, the key press is. I know, because of my software, I guess. I'm still thinking of a solution to filter keys. Okay, so if there aren't any more questions, whoa, what's going on here? Wait a second. We just got ourselves a new follower, Darkeno. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? Gotta check. Let me quickly check because I want to make sure I said it right. Come on. I missed it. And there we go. It's Darkteno 1. Thank you for the follow, Darkteno 1. So this is what I did so far. We decided it's a first-person puzzle adventure TDD. It doesn't have a title yet, and you know what? I'll just cut this away, put it below, and do this here. Working title. Insert working title. And I will actually ask you to drop into the Discord channel, folks, and just propose family-friendly names to be used with the for this project. But what we know so far is that the player has to solve large environmental puzzles. So that's the first thing we do. We did a print screen. We did take a print screen describing a medium-sized puzzle. Mostly, the puzzles are solved based on interacting and moving objects around to solve the puzzle. Let's add maybe or a part of a complex puzzle, and partly 25%. The game is based on avoiding some unstoppable enemies. We don't know much about them yet, but we do know, and I'll put maybe an underline here, we do know they're unstoppable. Let me just take out the... it was without ball. Okay, we want to have a narrative arc told mostly 80% through environmental setups, notes, memos, and audio found in the world. So the player, as he progresses, will find notes, memos, and audio in the world. And from time to time, we will use cinematics, 20% of the time, more or less, to progress the story. Now, if some of you do find the taste to create cinematics more often, and you want to change those numbers, please be my guest. Maybe you want to tell the story entirely through cinematics. That's a lot more work on the cinematic side, but if you enjoy doing that, I'm pretty sure you'll be unstoppable. Okay, let's see what the schedule looks like now. We're ready to move on. So boink, we did the recap, we did the Q&As, and now we are again at a bit of work on the project for 45 minutes. But because it's the first day we're doing this, I will also ask you folks, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to continue with the game design document, go into a bit more detail and actually start listing a few mechanics? Or do you want us to maybe set a few examples of what a large and small scale puzzle should look like. Because we did say this is a medium-sized puzzle, but what about a large scale one? Or what about a small scale one? What's the size of those puzzles in the world space? How big or small should those be? Let's just set some moods. And again, maybe you have different moods in mind. Go with it, go with your gut feeling. And actually, I would like to challenge Slipcore for something. I would like to split with him, and maybe I do one of the examples, the small or the large puzzle example, and he does the other one. What do you say about this one, Slipcore? Wanna choose the size of the small sized puzzle while I choose the size of the large scale puzzle, or vice versa? Okay. Nice. Nice. Love it. Anyone else wants to jump in on the fun? Maybe Nick? Maybe Florinel, if you installed Unreal Engine. I don't know if you have it installed. Do you also want to jump in the challenge? Or it's just me and Slipcore? Come on, call it. Call it out, folks. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Also, I hope the music volume is good now. Let's see, let's see, let's see. While you wait, play the recorder. How about now? Music should be coming up in sweet and bouncy, bouncy. Okay, come on, I'll do the large one. Mic is off. I guess not. Okay, so come on, I'll do the large example while Slipcore does the small example. Phew, you scared me, guys. So I'll start chopping in the large example. So for that, I need to move the back wall further away. I need to scale the floor. There we go. There we go. Push it around a bit here and there. Mimicking recorder. Okay, okay. There we go. I'm quickly building this, extending it a lot because I know I have a large puzzle to fit in there. And right now I'm just searching with gray boxes, something that will set the mood. I need this both to explain to myself what I need to do in the game and how I would like the game to look like. And believe it or not, I haven't rehearsed this at all. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm just creating as we go. But not only I need to explain it to myself, I also need to explain it to you. So we all line up our visions. And I'll just take this tiny little part, clone it here, switch to local transform, then press E to rotate, then turn it around like this. And let's see what else. Maybe I'll grab one of these, scale it, oopsie, scale it, come on, scale it a bit. For some reason I couldn't scale it while and clone it while scaling it. There, maybe like this. And then maybe I'll take this. Something like this. Oh, here we go. So I'm just arranging shapes. I don't have a clear plan or vision at this point, and nor should we have one with what I'm trying to, what exactly I'm trying to build here. So this might be a nonsensical puzzle. It's not about that. I don't care for it to work as a puzzle right now. I care for it to give me a sense of scale. Okay, Slip. So you're actually building a puzzle. Okay, if that works for you, but you can draft it out real quick, go for it, my friend. But my goal, at least, is to quickly set a shape, a mood, a feel, how it should look like. So I'm trying again to move a bit fast and clumsy, not necessarily orthodox and clean, if you'd like. I'm just trying to set some volume, something here and there. Maybe this one, because I like it, can also go like this here. And maybe it can go like this. There we go, something like that. With a bit of imbalance here and there. Hey, Roberto! Welcome to the stream, my friend. You finally caught it. You got it. Yes, yes. We're synchronized with Roberto. Oh man, we had quite a few adventures with Roberto. He would always drop in at the end of the stream. Totally not the case today, Roberto. So, my friend, if you have Unreal Engine 4.19.2 and you can fire up a new first-person blueprint template project, call it whatever you want. We called ours Puzzle Adventure. And let's just set the mood, some sort of visual and scale mood for the project we will build. Okay, so this is how a large puzzle should look like, at least in my humble opinion. I will just use the white material. Let me show you a trick then. So I can select an object in the scene which has a material I like this one, which has the white material. You can see it here in the details window. I can click on Browse to Asset in Content Browser, and this selects that material in the content browser, right? And now I can just select other objects in the scene which I would like, these ones, which I would like to have this material, and I just assign it to them in the same detail window. There we go. And maybe this one should also have it. So I have some white as well. And again, I will take one of the boxes on which I disabled physics and just go real fast to put in some control boxes here and there for the puzzle, some interaction spots, call them whatever you want. So the main idea will be that at some point the player will have to reach those areas and start tinkering with the boxes. That's all I'm trying to do now. I do not have a logic for this. This won't be an actual puzzle, but it serves just as a scale example of how large the puzzles, the environmental puzzles will be. And as soon as I'm done, I'm thinking of something, and maybe I can also inspire Slipcore to do the same. I will actually use this first-person projectile material from the content browser. I've selected it and I will assign it to the control box, control point cubes. So this way I can now use 3 colors in my composition, all very nice and simple and easy to read. And why did I do all of this? Well, I did all of this in order to now press play. Let me also disable the pointer focus. So I can now press play and just understand the scale of a single puzzle. Look at it. Huge. Huge. So I'll grab this one as a print screen. There we go. And I will just replace the picture from my design document. Here, I will just replace this one because now I have some yellow. I can understand where the control boxes are. Above is an example of a medium-sized puzzle. And let's make another example. Oops. I will move the player spawn point, which is this capsule with arms and the camera, and I'll just place it here, maybe a bit more to the right. I will press P to check if I have navigation, the nav mesh built. Apparently I'm not using nav mesh in this world, because the player doesn't walk in the first person template. He doesn't walk on the nav mesh, he walks on the physical surfaces, which is even better. Better and better and better. And let me try to grab a screenshot from somewhere convenient. Not, I'll toss in a cube here and there. I hope I haven't deafened you all by shooting the rifle. If so, just shout it out there. There's no gun, no fun. Dr. Draghi, I did not say, attention everyone, I did not say there is no gun, no fun. I did, however, say the enemies cannot be attacked or destroyed by the player. So the enemies are invincible because I really want them to serve as an opposition mechanic. And this is something we'll go into a bit more detail tomorrow, when we'll actually list out the mechanics. First I'll explain what the mechanics are, and then we'll start listing out the mechanics. We will keep the gun, but the enemies will not be vulnerable to it. I don't know if the player will always have the gun, as in I would make it probably a pickup item, which you can use in only parts of the game, but we'll see. So this is the size of a large puzzle. You know what? I want to make it even larger. I just remove the walls. We don't need the walls. So I selected all the external walls, press delete, and you know what? I'll just group all of these together in a single object, or a single, so I'll either group them together as a single viewport object, or I'll group them together in a folder. I'll just press Shift G, or no, Control G, which groups all of these in a single viewport selectable object. It's actually a group, not an object, it's a group. Yeah, all of them. Perfect. Let me, oops. Can scale locally. What? Okay, bad idea. Ungroup. I will quickly Shift G to ungroup. Okay, and I will just come on, don't be shy. I lost my selection there, but it's not a problem. I'll reselect them. Okay. With all of them selected, I'll just cycle between local and world, but for some reason it doesn't allow me to. Scale is only on local. Yeah, but okay. That makes Bunny sad. And it's actually quite interesting that you mentioned that, Dr. Draghi, but I totally trust you on this one. Okay, so Control G to group them. Then I deselect the group, reselect the group, and it doesn't work. Okay, we'll do it the hard way. Wait. Shift G again, I ungroup them. And I will just attach everything to the same object. So let's call this center object. Center object. And now I'll attach all of these bad boys to the center object. That should help me scale everything up. Not the cleanest way, but it's the fastest I can do. Exodis CZ is now following. Exodis CZ. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for the follow. You just made a troll party. So I selected all these objects, right click, and I will attach to the center object. Now, technically, when I select the center object and scale, boom, we're scaling the entire group all together. Very nice. Very nice. I missed one, but I'll attach it right now. Attach to center object. Go. I scale some more. Oh, there we go. So, Sleepcore, how are you doing with the small puzzle example? Because I'm almost done with the large scale example. Let's take these boxes and move them to the back. Even this box. Let's press play again. So this would be an example of a large-scale puzzle, which again I will go into full screen. Almost done. Nice! Nice, because I'm almost done here as well. Boink. Captured the image. And now I go back to the initial draft of the GDD. And I'll put here an example of the large-scale puzzle. Here's a large-scale puzzle example. Maybe I'll go even more loco with it, make it even larger. This one goes here. Here's an example of a medium-sized puzzle. Okay. Large-scale puzzle, and you know what? I still don't feel it being as large-scale as I'd want it to be. So there's only one solution for that. There's only one way. We make it even larger. Easy. There we go. There and there, there. Hello Ryutsashi and welcome to our stream. We're just getting ourselves a quick win for today, making sure we set an example for what our game will look and feel like, so people can more easily understand what we will be building for the next couple of months, I guess. So you're just in time. We actually have Sleepcore, a dear friend of ours and Twitch stream viewer, who's also helping us out with setting an example. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm not that good with names. I would like to say I'm such an expert or something, but I'm pretty sure it was just a lucky shot. But I'm glad I got it right, because usually I don't get it right. Okay, so what are we here? Pretty straightforward. Just building some really simple mock-ups here and there. Perfect. Of what a large-scale environmental puzzle would look like for a first-person puzzle adventure game. And this the large-scale example, for which I will take a print screen. Ryu. Okay, Ryu. I won't even dare say it again because I got it right and I don't want to mess it up the second time I say it. So Ryu it is. Okay, and let's just quickly edit our GDD. Medium-sized puzzle, large-scale puzzle. There we go. And yes, Ryu, I'm done with the isometric RPG environment. I will be done tomorrow with structuring the lectures I have to record. We made a few attempts and they weren't that good. There was too much information in a single video, and that's not a very good way to teach people how to work with Unreal Engine. And we will start plowing in with the recordings from not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. I'll probably sit at the computer and record 4 to 8 hours a day, as much as my time allows it, so we can start rolling out the isometric RPG level design course. That's why tonight, Ryu, we started working on the first-person puzzle adventure base game, which we will also use in the level design course, the second module. If you'd like the intermediate level design course, will be based on this first-person puzzle adventure game. Do you have 2 minutes, Sleepcore? Of course you have 2 minutes, my dear friend. I'll just stall them for 2 minutes, don't worry about it. Now, I've seen a lot of Sleepcore's work. He's been kind enough to share multiple projects with us in Discord, and I'm pretty sure the level of quality Sleepcore will just set by sending us his version of the small-sized puzzle is gonna basically kick me out of the stream. So Sleepcore, send us the example, and starting tomorrow you can take the stream and continue. No pressure, Sleep, just kidding. So ready when you are. You can send either a light shot or you can send it on Discord if that's better for you. I have no. That's the first one. First one you've sent. Oh, Sleepcore, if you take over my bills, man. The life as I can handle the life. I can't handle the bills. Yeah. Just trolling you. So just shout it out, Slip. If it's Discord or yes, Nick, I will accept ideas as long as we stay in this line of thought. And that's exactly why I just laid out this macro description, because at the end of this stream I will share this document both in the stream chat and in the Discord group, so you all can start thinking about ideas you'd like to see implemented in the base functionality of the game, which of course help the general mindset and theme of the game. So I think I've set enough groundwork, I've laid enough base for the project ideation phase, so you can, if you so like, and I hope you do like, jump in and pitch in with your own thoughts and feelings and ideas. Could be a channel for this project. Yes, I will create one immediately after the stream for sure. Building now, then you'll do a screen cap. Okay, so now I can show to everyone how we also build the light. So the first person template map we received with this example map we received with this template project also has this box here. It's an orange box. You can find it in the world outliner if you search for light mass importance volume. Let's just increase this light mass importance volume quite a lot. I'm scaling it and increasing it and moving it around so that it encapsulates all the objects in the scene. All of them, but I do mean all of them. There we go. And now that I've done that, I can press build on high lighting quality. Let's see how long, you know what? I'll go all in and I'll build in production mode. So I just press this tiny arrow next to build, lighting quality, production, and I'll punch build. Let's see how well it goes and how's the stream health doing. 0%. 0% is a nice number to start with, but it's not a nice number to stick with. So I'm building, Sleepcore is building, everybody's building. And I hope I will get to keep these streams a bit more interactive, and you also send me your stuff and we have fun together, because it feels super fun to partner up in teamwork. You're done. Aha, it's in Discord. All right. Okay. Love it, Sleepcore. Love it. So here's the example from Sleepcore. Is that like an angry thing? Is that like an angry thing? Is it like one of the creatures? Okay. I'll just copy this one. There we go. Boink. And we'll put it in here. Medium-sized puzzle. And we'll put it, here's an example of a small-sized puzzle. Let's see what. Might be a nicer number with some characters other than 0 in it. Yes, Ryu. Let's see where we are. We're at 81%. I hope you can see it. Yes, 86%. We're getting there. Let's go back to the document until we finish building the lighting. Boom. Here's an example of a small-sized puzzle. guarded by an what did I call them? Unstoppable enemy. Guarded by an unstoppable enemy. There. And let's see if we get any kind of visual improvement after I've rebuilt the light. Of course we do. And it's not done yet. So we'll just wait a bit. 99. Thank you very much, Slip. Thank you very much. It's actually amazing. I don't know what the white thing in the back is. Is that like the activation button or the thing you need to press to pull or to... so walk us through it a bit. If you feel like it, no pressure. Okay. Doesn't look bad. So I'll try to get it from an angle somehow. Here. There. Okay. Perfect. This is how I'll print screen. Oh, there we go. And I'll just update the document on my side as well. This one turns into this one. Can I put two pictures the same screen? Yes, I can. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, this thing is an angry guard. It will try to prevent you from getting behind it. The glowing red things in the ceiling might be mines traps, and you have to get the red cube of freedom, the green cube of freedom. Okay, got it. It makes perfect sense, Slipcore. Got it. So basically the size of a small puzzle, yeah, all the same. So the size of the small puzzle, it would be a third or even less of a medium-sized puzzle, or would be probably, I mean, I would definitely see the part Slipcore did integrated as a smaller subset in one of the larger puzzles. So Slipcore says you need the green cube of freedom, maybe you need that cube of freedom to plug it in another part in a larger scheme of things. Or maybe you have 2 or 3 independent small puzzles which you have to fix in order to open access to reaching a larger puzzle in another room. The possibilities here are limitless. Well, send us. Exactly, plug green cube of freedom into red cube of lock. Yes, to get total white cube of awesomeness, if they combine in that way. So, exactly because there's still a lot of room left, here's what I'll do, but I won't share this as an editable document, I'll just share this as a read-only document. Get shareable link, and anyone with the link can view. I will copy this link, so now you can view the document, read it through a bit, and come up with ideas. Jump in our Discord and drop them in. Let's just shorten this URL. So first I dropped the URL of the actual GDD here, and please use it as inspiration to start building your own, exactly like we did. You start throwing stuff in there, and then, just as Indie Club Live said it, start going a bit more specific. So first you just throw in there mostly and partly adverbs, and then go into what Indy was saying earlier during the stream. Start putting in numbers, percentages, or to start fleshing out a bit the ideas. While Slipcore is building, I will link everyone again with the Discord. Boink. So, read a bit through the document. It's a 1.5 pager. If we take away the picture, it's a 1.5 pager. Read a bit through the document. Join the Discord channel, folks. Input your ideas for game mechanics here in the Discord. And by tomorrow, I'll look over what you, the viewers, propose. I'll also jump in with a few. I'll ask Irina about it, and we'll start building a game mechanics list for tomorrow. So while Sleepcore is still building, because I'm really curious how he gets it with the ceiling, do you have any questions about what we did so far? Yes, Sleep, too dark. But I have a quick suggestion. So, any questions so far until I stall like a gentleman for Sleepcore to build again? Oh, where? Here. We're just trying to get a nice lighting in there. So in world settings, light mass settings, just set the diffuse boost to 12. And also maybe drop in a light somewhere, maybe. From 0 to 10, Ryu asks, how awesome is this channel? Should you stop by again in the future? Yes, Ryu. It is a solid 9. We're heading towards a 10. But yes, you should stop by in the future. The good part about it is, and one thing I'm taking pride in doing, is as we progress with the game, we start distributing the build at the end of the stream. So our goal is to have a packageable, distributable version of the work in progress game each and every episode, and we build it and the viewers can play it and give their feedback, see how it feels and enjoy it. Dr. Draghi and Nick, thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you so much. It's more like 100, says Dr. Draghi, and Nick says 11. And even if we average that out, we'd still be at like 50 or something, which is amazing. So thank you so much for the kind words. I'm stalling them, Sleep, I'm stalling them. Wait, I can stall you with even more style. I can put my face large on the screen. 3 times pi. 55.5, says Florinel. It started to turn into a bidding contest, I feel, but I don't know what we're trying to bid at, but thank you again. Florinel, 55.5. Did you actually calculate it? Because it looks like you did. You did. You did 100 plus 11, 111. Divided. Damn, okay, Florinel, aka the human computer. He actually did the math. And Sleepcore says 3 pi, which means almost 10. Yes, 3 pi. Thank you very much, Sleep. We're slowly towing the line towards a 10. Come on, let me give you an end scene while I'm stalling for Sleepcore. Bam! There are no more questions. Yes, we're going there, Ryu. We're going there. Nice and steady, we're going there. I hope we are making large improvements season by season. And it's funny. Oh, I have to give you access. Thank you so much, Nick, for spotting that. Thank you so much. Wait. More. On public on the web. Yes, 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 I got it. I got it. Done. I will shorten the URL again. try it now again, see if it works, but it should work. If not, I regenerated the link and now it should work. And thank you so much for actually checking the link, because I'm clumsy and I forget to set the proper access rights. But I can already see some anonymous connections here, so that means it works. It works. Nice. I'm still stalling, I'm still showing my pretty face around. Flipcore, no pressure, but I'm out of ideas. Okay. Yes. Yes, he got it. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh man. I will take this print screen and do another print screen and check out the mood Flipcore managed to pull off while I was distracting everyone with my yapping about. Nick, I think that's good enough for today. I don't want to push it too long, and if we start going into the mechanics, if we start going into the mechanics, we'll make a really long one. So as a general rule, we'll try to stay at about 2 hours or 2 hours 30 in the stream. And also, dear viewers, please jump in and tell me if you need a break in between. So if you need like 5 minutes where I hit the break screen, a pause screen or something, and you can like go and have a drink of water, or if you can stay engaged for 2.5 hours. I find this as being the sweet spot. Let me just update the document. You should see me now live updating inside the document with Slipcore's newer example. There we go. Ryu is asking, what does he do for the next hour now? Well, if you're really into it, you could actually nice. You could actually fire up Unreal Engine 4.19.2 and actually start the first person project blueprint template on your side as well, because it would be really cool to have the enthusiasts blueprinting along as well, because this way we make sure everyone's picking it up and on pace if you feel like it. If not, you'll just play our builds. Or you could join our Discord, to which I will link again. Okay, so that's another good aspect of keeping it like in tiny little doses. You still have time, I guess, even tomorrow when we'll stream again, and even on Saturday when we'll stream again, you could still catch up. So I'm guessing even for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're really good with Unreal. You could anyway catch up with us at any given time, because we'll be working exclusively on the stream. And if at any point in time I will not work on this project during the stream, I will post everything I did in the project since the last stream on our website, which is of course https://devilsandmaps.com. So I will post, if at any point I won't work on the project live on the stream, I will post on the website. Let me just check if I've sent you the right link. Yeah, I sent you the right link. It's loading. It's working. So you'll have any kind of levels and maps, or level sand maps. Could we do this a desert project? Should this be a desert project? Drop it in the Discord as well. Should we go full loco and make this like a desert environment, a Mars setting, or anything in that direction? Because it's level sand maps. Level sand maps. Hi, I'm level sand maps. Okay, enough. So I can't even say it. Hi, I'm level sand maps, and I look forward to seeing you again on our next episode where we'll be working. No, I can't keep it straight. All right, folks, I'm Levels and Maps. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Eastern European Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Daytime, and 12:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, which might actually be on a Friday, when we will be discussing what game mechanics to build in our isometric, it's not isometric anymore. We'll discuss what game mechanics to actually implement in our first-person puzzle adventure game. You have the Google Doc. I'll link it again for everyone to see. Just jump in our Discord. There we go. Just jump in our Discord, brainstorm a bit based on the pretty solid foundation we have so far for that document. Big up to NGS Nick for providing an awesome and clever solution to cover up for the fact that I did not download all the engine components I needed. Those were not the engine components we needed. And a big up for Sleepcore, who helped us out and implemented the small environmental puzzle example we will use as a reference throughout the project, just to figure out what the size of the small puzzles should be like. Also, his character creation skills are amazing. Jenko is also asking, so he's working on a pitch build for Adult Swim games. Jenko, I will definitely want my revenge on the scavenger, because I plan to do a more ample lazy day in about a week or 10 days from now. Let's talk in our Discord about the Adult Swim build you're doing. This is a family-friendly stream. It has that check mark, family-friendly. So as long as it's something I could show, I would gladly show it. But you just said it's a build for Adult Swim games, so I don't think if you did your job right in that pitch build, I'm pretty sure there's not much to show in this stream. Okay, but yes, I do want my revenge on the scavenger, for I have not defeated it. It's the same type of okay, send it to me in a private message. Indy would definitely play it, so we can definitely send you over to Indy, but send it to me as well in a private message. I'll just look at it to make sure I'm not violating any terms and conditions. Wink, wink. Okay. So see you all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Eastern European Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Daytime, 12:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Drop in tomorrow and let's talk about what game mechanics we will build for this first-person puzzle adventure game based in Unreal Engine. Thank you very much, dear friends. Thank you and see you tomorrow. See ya. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.